Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished chairs, respected colleagues, and fellow researchers. It is an honor to present our study at the 6th International Conference in Health Science. Today, I will share our research with the title Factors Influencing Sleep Quality in Patients with End-Stage Renal Disease or ESRD, a cross-sectional study, which was compiled by Madiswandika as the first author, Wong Rutang as the second author, Rahmayanova Handayani as the third author, Junior Melissa Kistianti as the fourth author, and the Ayodhya Santambujana as the last author. With the affiliations, Department of Anesthesia, Faculty Health Science, Harapan Bangsa University, Central Java, Indonesia, and School of Nursing, College of Medicine, Canggung University, Taoyuan, Taiwan. Okay, sleep quality is often overlooked in chronic illness. Yes, it has significant implications for patients' outcome, right? In these presentations, I will guide you through the background, objective, methods, result, discussion, and conclusion of our study. I would like to talk about our background. Yeah, chronic kidney disease or CKD remains a major global health challenge affecting approximately 697.5 million people or 6.1% of the population in 2017. Once CKD progresses to end-stage renal disease, patients rely on renal replacement therapy, either the hemodialysis or transplantations. Beyond cardiovascular complication, ESRD patients often suffer from psychological impairment, the most common being poor sleep quality, which can affect up to 50% of patients. This condition frequently manifests as sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome, both of which negatively affect health and survival. Next, we move to our objective. Yeah, CKD progression follows a clear path from normal kidney functions to increase rates, kidney damage to reduce kidney functions, and finally kidney failure. Despite the high prevalence of poor sleep quality in ESRD, research exploring its association with cardiovascular and renal parameters, as well as sociodemographic characteristics, is still limited. Therefore, our study aimed to investigate the relationship between sleep quality and both sociodemographic and laboratory characteristics in hemodialysis patients in Central Java, Indonesia. And I would like to our method. This was a cross-sectional studies conducted from August to December 2016 across 3 dialysis centers in Central Java. A total of 123 patients undergoing regular hemodialysis were included. Sleep quality was assessed using the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index or PSQI, a valid and reliable tools. Sociodemographic variables such as age, gender, BMI, and dialysis history were collected along with laboratory data including bone albumin, potassium, triglyceride, cholesterol, and anti-HCV. For analysis, we use SPSS version 22 applying non-parametric tests such as Mann-Whitney and Kruskal-Wallis, followed by regression analysis to identify the predictors of poor sleep quality. How about our finding? Our finding revealed that 88.6% of patients had poor sleep quality with mean age of about 41.6 years old. Among demographic factors, sleep quality was significantly associated with age, gender, BMI, and dialysis history. Laboratory factor, it was associated with bone albumin, potassium, and HCV, triglycerides, and cholesterol. Yeah. Here, the table of bivariate analysis between demographic characteristic and laboratory parameter with global PSQI score in ESRD patients. Multivariate analysis show that 4 factors remain significant predictor of poor sleep quality, consists of dialysis history with a regression coefficient 0.43 and blood urea nitrogen 0.063, with a p-value 0.036. Similarly, the triglyceride has shown 0.012 with a p-value 0.005. The stronger association was observed in cholesterol with a regression coefficient 0.014 with a p-value less than 0.001. These results suggest that cholesterol plays the most prominent role among the parameters analysis. This suggests that both dialysis-related and biochemical parameters strongly influence sleep in ESRD patients. In the discussions, dialysis history emerges as the strongest predictor of poor sleep. The patients with more than 7 years on dialysis had significantly worse PSGI scores, like due to chronic inflammations, pruritus, and pharyngeal edema, which contribute to sleep disorders such as sleep apnea. And then the laboratory finding was also important. High blood urea nitrogen levels were associated with poor sleep, while improvement were observed with nocturnal dialysis in other studies. Similarly, the triglycerides and cholesterol were linked to poor sleep quality, support evidence that this sleepdemia and poor sleep together increase cardiovascular morbidity. Clinically, poor sleep quality can worsen systemic metabolic disturbance, elevating corticosteroid, increasing sympathetic activity, and failing chronic inflammations. It is also tied to depressions and fatigue, which reduce compliance with treatment. In research-limited setting, these challenges are even more significant. Management strategies can be pharmacological, such as the melatonin on anxiolytic, but dosing must be cautioned in ESRD. Non-pharmacological options, including the acupuncture, acupressure, aromatherapy, and exercise, are promising and can even be delivered by the nurses. However, the absence of guidelines and skepticism among healthcare providers remains barriers. To conclude, we found that poor sleep quality is highly prevalent among the ESRD patients, and it is strongly associated with dialysis history, blood urea nitrogen, triglyceride, and cholesterol levels. Addressing sleep quality is therefore essential not only to improve the patient well-being, but also to slow CKD progression and reduce the cardiovascular complications. However, because this was a cross-sectional study, causality cannot be established. We recommended a future cohort study and interventional trials to further explore whether improving sleep quality can positively influence patient outcome. Here are the reference that we use, and ladies and gentlemen, this study emphasized that sleep is not just a basic human need, but also a critical determinant of health outcome in ESRD. As clinical and researcher, we must ensure that sleep quality is addressing a part of comprehensive patient care, right? I would like to end with this quote. When we treat sleep as a luxury, patients pay the price with their health. But when we treat it as a therapy, we may save life. Thank you for the attention. I look forward to your question and discussion. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.